Hey everyone, welcome to Guruville's Know Thy Customer training. I'm Dan Tressmer, founder of Guruville, where we help leaders get out of their own way. And especially in the area of those companies and those people who are in the business of doing good. You spent a lot of years, a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort learning your craft, that craft of helping people. But face it, you haven't spent as much time, money, effort in the business of helping others. So that's where we're here to help. So this first module is amazing because most people don't do it and especially don't do it at the very beginning of their practice. And that is understanding their customer. Most times we say, okay, I've got this thing that I want to sell. I'm really good at this. This does a great thing. But they don't know who they're talking to and what problems it solves. So in sales and marketing, it's all about storytelling. It's all about, okay, this person has a problem. You have a solution to that problem that they're willing to spend money in order to acquire. That's it. So we're telling that story, whether it's in person, on social media, in a video. That's the story that we're here to tell. And the best framework for that is the hero's journey. Now, there's only about a handful of different storylines in Hollywood for different movies and television and that sort of thing. The best one for what we're doing is called the hero's journey. And there's a lot of things to be said about it, but let's just talk about what the hero's journey is first. First of all, we have a hero. That hero has a problem or two. In fact, as you're going to find out through this training, they actually have kind of like three categories of problems: external, internal, and philosophical. And so they've got some problems. They meet a guide who gives them a plan of how to deal with their problems, calls them to action to do so, and then demonstrates what success in doing so looks like and what failure in doing so looks like. And a lot of people go, oh, I hate talking about the negative. I'm all positive. Affirmation, 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 which is all good. But most people will do more to avoid pain than to gain pleasure. And any movie that we go and see, it's all about that. It's not, in the first scene, the two people fall in love and live happily ever after, right? So we need to learn how to tell that story. And those are the elements of the story. So if we were to pick one, like, let's say, the original Star Wars, the hero is, of course, Luke Skywalker. Unless you're the group that I was teaching at the Apple Consultants Network, where we spent 15 minutes debating who the real hero of Star Wars was. I love my people. We're kind of geeky that way. And so, he had a problem. Luke Skywalker had a problem. His first problem was kind of an external problem. It was, I need to get off this crappy planet, go train and become a warrior, right? Then, of course, he meets his guide, his first guide in the movie, which is, of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Obi-Wan gives him first a plan. The first plan is, you need to go with me to Alderaan and learn to be a Jedi Knight like your father, right? And then, of course, calls him to action. And it all comes together at the very last scene where Luke is about to take his final run to drop the aspirin-looking thing into the tube and blow things up. And if he does so successfully, it's a success and they live to fight another day. If not, failure. All hope is lost. And so the guide, Obi-Wan, says, of course, turn off your targeting computer. Everyone is contradicting him with that plan. But when he does, it's success. And they live to fight another day. Okay? So what does it have to do with our business? Well, first of all, we want to make sure that we understand who the hero is. And the hero is not you. The hero is not your product or service, no matter how good they are. The hero is not coming in to save the day. The hero is the person signing your check, the person giving you money. The hero, or as I call them, the avatar, because we actually give them a name, all kinds of descriptions, age, that sort of thing. They are the hero of your story. I was working with a group that rescues wolves and then uses the wolves behaviorally to help at-risk population navigate life. And of course, who was the hero at first, right? Yeah, it was the wolves. Wolves are the hero. They're saving the day. One of my clients does design work, and you've seen their designs all around the world. And their hero, of course, the projects or the team that create the designs. It's not even the person who they're working with as the client. It's the person who influences the sale and signs the check at that client's office. They are the hero. Okay? So, external problems, we need to find out what their problems are. Our job, the reason we get paid, is solving people's problems. So, we need to know what they are. External problems are superficial things, like I got a headache, and it really turns out later on that, there's some underlying disease causing that headache, right? That they don't really want to talk about. In the case of Luke, our hero, many of his internal problems were, yeah, my father was a Jedi Knight. He could hack it, but what about me? What makes me think that I can be, excuse me, what makes me think that I can be half the man my father was, right? And then there's the philosophical problems. In the case of Luke, it was good versus evil. In the case of my design clients, it's all about, ugly versus beautiful, right? Function versus beauty, right? In the case of the wolf rescue people, philosophical was nature or human made. That was a big thing for them and still is. So when we're talking to people, we want to make sure that we're addressing their internal problems. Your diploma, your office, there's not a whole lot of difference between all the diplomas in the world, especially within a category, or training, or certifications, or anything like that. What is different and what you can address is understanding and addressing their internal problems. You don't want to have to create a new conversation in someone's head. You need to join the one that's already there, right? So for one of my clients, I use this example because it was part of their world. A couple of years back, they had a couple of times, I think it was 3 times, where their offices were broken into, the windows smashed, and computers were taken out. And so they finally solved the problem. I asked them, look, if you're looking in your social media feed or through your email or even on television, and you see how to secure your office, that has about, from a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 2 to 3 level of getting you to engage with it. But if you see something that said, are you sick and tired of having people break your windows and steal your computers? That got you, right? Because it was more personal. It was more direct. They understood you, right? They understood where you were. If you can describe a person's problem to them better than they can describe it to themselves, you got them. You got their attention. They feel akin to you. There's a great rapport going. So that's what we want to do. We want to address their internal problems and position ourselves as the guide to helping them win the day, solving their internal and external problems, starting with the internal first. Does that make sense? So we give them a plan. The plan is your product, your funnel, your training, whatever it is. You communicate the way that they can get from their problems to success. That is what giving them a plan is all about. And then you call them to action. CTA, click here to get more information, or buy button, or a form to say, hey, let's talk and figure out how we can help you get from here to here. That's all it is. But the thing is we don't know. We start out with the product first, but we don't know if that product is really going to solve this hero's problem, right? We don't. We're guessing. And by starting it out, all, pencil-like devices, digital pencil-like devices, become all alike. Make sense? Great. So we want to show them what success looks like, and we also want to show them what failure looks like. Failure to take action, failure to eat properly, failure to do the exercises, failure to really address the things in your business that will have the greatest positive effect on the outcome, which is growing your business. Okay? So this is the product. So I always, before I figure out what it is I'm going to sell, I need to figure out who the hero is, what their problems are, and then what can I give them in order for them to succeed. And by doing so, you hit the target. It's no longer, this will solve your problem, trust me. It's you've already demonstrated to them and to yourself that what you got will actually help. Your products come out of that, your pricing, because now it's about, okay, what the problem is and what the price of success is. And if they're congruent with each other, then you make the sale. Okay? Everything rides on Avatar Hero. Do that first. And then from your arsenal of services, procedures, products, then figure out what it's going to take for them to succeed, to conquer their problems. All right? This picture I took, about 15 years ago, maybe less. I was getting some food next door, great Mediterranean place, and I pulled up and I saw the sign, and I was teaching this exact subject. And so I took a picture of it. So let's look at this and unpack this a little bit. Who's the hero? This is, of course, for an optometrist, and this sign was out in front of their office. It says, maximize academic success with a yearly eye exam. 80% of learning is visual. 30% of first graders need their vision corrected. And proper vision makes reading easier. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, who's the hero? No, it's not the optometrist. It's not the glasses. It's not the exam. It's not even the kids. It's the parents. The parents, this was addressed to the parents, because it's not about selling eyeglasses or prescriptions. It's about helping the kids succeed. And that's the conversation already in every parent's head. Am I making the right decisions to help my child succeed in life, right? Of everything I can do and provide for them, what is it that I really need to do? So they're addressing that, and they found the problems right here, right? 80% of learning is visual. 30% of first graders need their vision corrected. Proper vision makes reading easier. Be smart and schedule an appointment today. And that was the close. This is the plan. Yearly eye exam, right? It's all there. So it's really understanding what this is about. Who is the hero? What their problems are that they need to be solved, that's recurring in their mind. What is the thing that's keeping them up at night, and staring at the ceiling going, what do I do? Right? It's about positioning yourself as the guide to help and give them a plan that helps them either succeed or fail, depending on whether they do your plan or not. All right. I hope this helps. I hope you take this to heart. You shouldn't begin any product launch or business or anything without identifying your customer first and getting to know them as well as you know yourself. All right. If you'd like some more help, if you'd like some more information, go ahead and swipe left, click the link, whatever platform you're on, and we'll see you next time.